Welcome back to another explainer. Look, if you're a focused learner trying to finally crack the code on getting your body over that bar, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're going to systematically dismantle the roadblocks holding you back and, well, build a real roadmap to your first clean muscle up. Because, as it turns out, this whole thing is the ultimate biomechanical puzzle.
So, stuck at the bar? Trust me, it is a visceral and incredibly common frustration. You know the feeling, right? You jump up, easily knock out 10 or 15 basic pull-ups, and you're feeling undeniably strong. But then, the exact moment you try to transition and pull your chest over that bar, boom, it's like hitting a literal brick wall. Your momentum just dies, your elbows flare out, and you drop back down, completely stumped.
Well, here is exactly why that happens. You've been told the muscle up is just a fast pull-up, but that is the lie that keeps you a beginner forever. Let that sink in. This quote completely shatters the myth that the muscle up is merely a problem of linear strength. It's really not just about pulling harder or doing endless reps of the same basic movement.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our holistic blueprint. First, we'll cover the muscle up illusion. Then, fixing your basic foundation. Third, mastering the transition link. Fourth, diet for explosive power. And finally, the action plan. Unlocking this milestone absolutely requires a multidisciplinary approach.
All right, starting off with part 1, the muscle-up illusion, and exactly why linear strength fails.
Let's just establish right now that doing 50 basic pull-ups won't magically translate to a muscle-up. It's not just a physical feat of your lats or biceps, it's a massive coordination and nervous system puzzle. See, the real reason you're stuck is that your brain just hasn't learned the missing link between the pull and the push. The signal simply isn't wired for that specific weight shift yet. It's like trying to run a brand new software program on an old operating system. Moving on to part 2, fixing your basic foundation and how to avoid the beginner forever trap.
This is our first really critical milestone, and we have to contrast what beginners think they are doing versus the actual work required. A lot of people fall into just doing the shape, sagging hips, wildly kicking legs, and a chin that barely clears the bar. Honestly, having sagging hips is essentially just falling with extra steps. Instead, what you actually need is the work. That means your chest touches the bar every single rep, maintaining strict form with explosive intent. And actually, the research proves that explosive training builds significantly better fatigue resistance and motor recruitment than those slow, grinding reps.
And then there's this number, 3. This is for the dead hang test. And here's a rather surprising fact from the research. Your hands will actually embarrass you long before your back gives out. If you cannot continuously hold the bar in a dead hang for 3 minutes, your grip is the weak link. It's literally forcing you off the bar. A clean muscle up requires true, undeniable grip endurance.
Okay, part 3, mastering the transition link. This is the missing link.
So once you actually have that grip and pulling power dialed in, you hit the transition zone. That's the exact split-second moment a pull becomes a dip. To solve this pure coordination problem, we use eccentric movement, or simply negatives. This means lowering yourself down as slowly as possible from the top of the movement. It's kind of a magic sword here, because your muscles are actually significantly stronger when lowering than when pulling. This uses a natural biomechanical advantage to essentially force your brain to recruit and learn those new motor pathways. Their actionable step here is to do 15 to 20 negatives every single day. Start at the very top of the bar in a full dip position and lower yourself down as slowly as humanly possible through that tricky transition phase. By doing this daily, you're mapping a much cleaner signal straight to your brain. And you know what? Within just a few weeks, that completely impossible transition suddenly starts to feel natural.
Part 4, diet for explosive power. It's time to fuel your biological engine.
We have to pivot away from physical training for a second and look at your biological engine. Look, if your diet is filled with junk food, you are actively destroying the hormonal environment needed to generate that explosive power. Instead, you need this specific male power formula. Whole eggs provide the cholesterol and vitamin D absolutely necessary for testosterone. Onions increase your luteinizing hormone signal. Pomegranate lowers cortisol, which is that pesky muscle-killing stress hormone. Fatty fish, like sardines, boost free testosterone even better than farmed salmon. And beef provides the absolute ideal zinc-to-protein ratio for your recovery. Now, let's highlight an incredible aha moment from the data regarding this diet. The number 24. Pomegranate juice alone has been shown in studies to increase testosterone by a massive 24%. That is huge. It's a simple, targeted dietary change that directly impacts the explosive pulling power we were just talking about.
Furthermore, you really need to stop the extremes of dirty bulking or hard cutting. Forget all that. Instead, focus on body recomposition. Eat at maintenance calories while consuming exactly 1.6 to 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. This exact ratio allows your engine to build vital muscle while losing fat at the exact same time, which is the optimal state for these advanced bodyweight skills.
Finally, Part 5, the action plan, covering mental agency and the roadmap.
So, we've talked about the physics and the hormones, but honestly, getting over that bar is ultimately 90% mental fortitude. To understand this scientifically, we have to look at BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This is a protein dumped by your brain during physical suffering that literally grows new neurons. By holding a difficult plank and just pushing through the suffering, you build agency, that deep belief that you can do hard things. And that flood of BDNF allows your brain to learn complex movements like the muscle-up so much faster.
So, how do we tie all of this biology, neurology, and physics together into a system you can start today? Well, here is your 3-step, 7-day protocol. Step 1, environment design. Step 2, your daily protocol. And Step 3, track your progress.
Let's break that down. For environment design, throw out the junk food today. Literally, just toss it. If it's not in the house, you can't eat it. Simple as that. For your daily protocol, commit to 10 minutes of active mobility, specifically moving from a downward dog into a deep lunge, and pair that with 3 sets of max effort dead hangs every single day. Finally, track your progress by marking a big, satisfying X on a physical calendar. The source material guarantees that tracking this system for 14 straight days builds completely unrecognizable momentum.
We've mapped the signal, we've optimized the fuel, and we've designed the system. Your nervous system is ready. The real question is, are you? I challenge you right now to commit to that 14-day momentum tracking starting today. Change your environment, build your agency, and finally unlock that milestone. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and as always, keep pushing your limits.